Here we go, guys. Now I started this project yesterday, day before, working on this Astro van, trying to get it to pass inspection. All right, here's the video you guys have been waiting for. Yeah, right. Hey, it's the Astro van again. What have I got myself into this time? Okay, so it wouldn't pass inspection for emissions. So I looked at some of the errors and they looked like they were basically related to the oxygen sensors. So yesterday, or the day before, I changed all the oxygen sensors, and that wasn't that difficult. They're just a big 7/8 nut. You have to unplug them from a harness, goop them up good with some PV blaster, unscrew them, screw them in. The hardest one was underneath the passenger seat in the pipe that goes up kind of almost under the engine cover, but not quite, that plugs into a harness. That one was hard to reach, but with long arms and persistence, I got it plugged back in. Okay, so went to change the brake cables. Started working on that. The parking brake cables, they're shot. I had ordered parts, got them here. Come to find out, the part that came for the passenger side was the wrong part. Didn't have the right ball end on the end of the cable. This cable needs just like a pea-sized ball that fits into this arm that pulls, and you can see this notch. There's a crossbar, pushes against the other shoe, latches the parking brake. So what I need to do is, I already soaked it with PV blaster. I got to try to get this old cable out. I got it out of the backing plate. I've just got to get it off the frame here where it's attached, and seeing if I know the new one will work. And then I have to work on the equalizer, which I have to manufacture something with the right size nuts to make this equalizer work. Now what this is this connects to one of the cables from the back. Actually, both the cables from the back. One of them connects through the front that just clips, which is the driver's side. The passenger side one that I have has a long threaded rod that goes through this hole. There was an assembly in here that had like a threaded nut that spun on this, like with a washer on the inside, and that was to pull up the tension. I had to saw that out with the Sawzall. So as you can see, I've wire brushed this and soaked it with brake cleaner, and then I gave it a good soaking with Rust-Oleum. Hopefully that'll make it last as long as the life of the van is, which isn't very long. So I've got that nut, and I think I need to weld some sort of tube or pipe onto the end of it so that I can turn it with vice grips or something and get it to tighten the cable to adjust it. Hopefully once it's adjusted, it'll never have to be adjusted again. Unfortunately, when the cable broke when I was putting the parking brake on, something weird happened to the pedal assembly. The pedal popped all the way up and the cable jumped off and got stuck in the gear. So I'm going to have to pull the damn pedal assembly out from under the dash on the driver's side there and figure out why that's jammed. But that can happen last. All right, so where are we now? We've got all the brake shoes taken off in here. Now they're just held on with big springs and a couple of those little mushroom retainers with the rod through from the back hole. You know, if you've ever done them, you know what I mean. And if you haven't done them, God bless you, because you're lucky. It sucks. So I'm going to try to get the old cable off, and that's just taking some screws out of some brackets that goes across the back axle, so I'm not going to film that. All right, we'll see when I get that off. Well, I had kind of destroyed the other equalizer adjustment nut, but the new cable came with some new nuts on it, and that's the washer and partial nut from the original. So what I did is I threaded both of those onto the threaded rod on the end of the cable, took my MIG welder and tack welded it around, and then I put some Rust-Oleum on it here, and we're going to have ourselves an adjuster nut. I can adjust it with pliers or a pipe wrench or vice grips or something. It doesn't have to be a perfect hex nut, but it does have flats on it, so we should be able to adjust it all right. Alrighty, I'm just hanging this up. I just sprayed it good. I'm going to let it dry over here, and you can hear the salamander going. So now I I'm starting to take this cable off. I had to really horse one of the nuts out of it. But underneath, it just bends into a bracket down here. So, yeah, sorry about the salamander. But you can see it's just kind of rolled up into this thing, and I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah. And then the next thing it does is it's got one of those push-in kind of connectors, like it goes into the brake drum with the 3 little tabs on it, which that's easy. You just break the tabs off. So I'm going to go break those off and start routing the new cable. Alrighty, so the first thing this goes through is this little hanger right here. I've already taken the bolt out and back in. I'm surprised it came out without ripping the thing. I bent the bracket a little bit, but I believe that's the position it needs to be in. And the end of this cable goes up over the axle. Alright. And I believe this guy, I'm going to shove him into the wheel right now, or over into the backing plate here. And that's got those little tabs that once it's clicked in, you can never get it out. Alright. And that guy just bolts on there just like that. So we're going to, it looks like it needs to twist just a little bit too. I think there was a washer on there, but I'm not bothering. Sorry. Sorry, Astro. Roll, Astro. Okay, whose dog am I talking about? Oh, Wanda. There's wires in there. Surprised that bolt came out without breaking. I thought for sure, being a little M6, it was going to snap right off, but it didn't. Alright, it's as tight as I'm getting. I'm going to bend it up like that, so it kind of works its way up and over. Alrighty, that's it. That was just tightened in there with a little M6. 1/4 inch in metric, and then it clips into that bracket in the back. So I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to see going on here, because this is a major conflagration of crap going on here. But I'm going to try to leave the bottom springs in place in the adjuster. Guy has to hook into the back shoe like so. Get down on it. Try to put this automatic adjuster in here next. He sits in there like so. There's a spring. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. This spring hooks behind that lever. up there. Well, let me get this. Of course, I've lost all the parts. Dragging stuff around here. Totally functional. Okay, there's the cap. There's a little cap that goes right on the end of this spring, and there's a little rod that comes in from the back that goes to the center of that spring, this yellow spring here. Up here where we can see it. I gotta get my slip joint pliers. Aren't brakes fun? Oh yeah, they're a ball. You kind of gotta hold on to this thing at a point where you can get it on and rotate it a little to make it catch. There we go. Wow. I got it on. It's a miracle. Now I need to get this little spring pushed in there. Come on, baby. That holds the tension on that other hook. So, lay your tools down and they end up not being your friend. Okay, there we go. This is hooked up. Back up here. The equalizer lever is on the back of this shoe. There's the automatic adjuster. Goes down to this spring and that red spring. So what I'm going to try to do next is the adjuster popped in there. I gotta get down on the ground here. It's got that lever right there is what ratchets when your brakes wear, and I'm going to screw it all the way together and then back it out later. It's a hell of a lot easier that way, guys. He goes up under there, goes into that chute like that. There we go. Okay, the red spring is on top. The automatic adjuster expands. I'm not sure which way he's going to want to turn. I think it's this way. You have to pry that out. Yeah. It's rough on the bare fingers. Alright, well that gets me into position anyway. Alright, we're getting there. Now let's put the other spring and cup back on here. light out here. This is a stupid work light. But my drill has a little headlight. That ain't worth much. Alright, I can see that now. She's right here. Now I'm grabbing this at an angle where I got the pliers out of the way. And I can push it over the head of that little rivety thing. I love brakes. I can brake them anytime I want. Of course, everything wants to sag. You know, I found a trick last time when I did the Mustang. Is I actually put a ratchet strap around the shoes to kind of hold them steady. Got your eyes with this too. You probably should be wearing safety glasses. Okay, that's it. I know it looks dumb, but that's what holds them. So that's all together, other than the springs. Now, the white spring goes out from the back, and the blue spring goes out from the front. So I think I kind of gotta get you out of my way. Everything's on. I've got to twist that adjuster out some. And to do that, I need to pry this little bar out and push that star up. So let me do that. You're not on camera here. Alright, we got her. I got that transfer bar in there. I had forgotten that. I had to take the upper blue spring off again. So we'll see if I can get it back on again now. This tool here seemed to work the best. There we go. The hang of that, I guess. Alright, now I just got to do the adjuster star on the bottom. I'm going to need 2 tools for that. Let's see. Oh yeah. I think it was out about 3/8 of an inch when I took the tire wheel off. And I can try that with the brake shoes. not going to go any farther than that. Now there's a hole in the back where you can stick in a screwdriver or a special adjusting tool that I happen to have. It's like a little spoon. This guy. You can stick him into the adjustment screw hole and adjust those flazés there. But I'm going to scoop this up now. I didn't have any NICs with me last time, but I do now. And that's going to try to keep the brake drum from seizing onto this hub. Around the rim, because that's where the rust builds up. And now we're going to try to get the drum on. Actually, it feels like the brakes are pretty close. That was a good guess, Bob. Well, I remember what it looked like when I All right, I'm not going to take that apart, put it, the brake on yet, the wheel, but we got to move to the other side now as I work the brake cable up and across the pump pin up in there. I'm trying not to get my knees into any of this concrete. Not good for the old man's knees. That's for sure. Ow! I might have to take this other cable out first. Yeah, okay. Actually, I ended up buying a no-name brand cable this time because the last one that I got that didn't fit was the AC Delco. Now, there just must be different series parts. That's why I couldn't. Alright. I got myself a little pad here. Oh, no wonder. What is the breeze in here? Turned 70 last month here, just a couple weeks ago. That's good enough. It's bent anyway. It's a piece of POS. Alright, we gotta get the light over here and get that one taken apart. I'm gonna rip this tire off just so it's out of my way. Again. I want to be able to adjust the brakes on this. Again. I feel. I put these on with my torque rod. Which torques to 100 pounds, so you buy a torque rod for the specification that you want. I'm mainly taking this off so I got more light under the car. See, they're going to come right off so I can readjust those brakes. Came off too easy. So now we've got that issue of the here where you can't get at anything. so I can fry on it. That light's not blinding you, it's blinding me. Let's turn a couple of them off. There we go. So now I've got to connect these two cables together. And how that works is first the nut, the jam nut goes on. And then I gotta goop the crap out of this. All right, so here's our gizmo. This is the equalizer, they call it. This is the cable coming from the passenger side, which has the adjustment. This one does not have any adjustment. It just pulls straight. And that's how that all works. Now you tighten this nut, that sleeve that I made, to the adjustment you want, then you tighten the jam nut down on it. I've got the threads on, you know, about a third of the way. If all else fails, now I've got to fix what's wrong with that cable. That cable looks okay. It just is jammed in the pedal, and I've got to work with the pedal to try to figure out what's wrong with that. And to do that, oh, it's quiet in here without that thing running, isn't it? I looked at this yesterday. The pedal has popped up way too far, so it's like jumped out of its adjustment range or something. And I just can't see what's wrong. It's behind this bracket, so I'm guessing I got to take this and this. I don't hope there's not a nut back here. There isn't. That and that at least. That might be it. I think there's just those two bolts. And see if I can pull that back, the finger out. There's the release. I don't want to break that, of course. And I don't want to break the, that's the brake switch there. I think that guy just pries out. So let me go find a wrench, some sockets. If I had the daylight here, let me see. Oh, this light is so garish. That's too tight or too loose. Let's go one size smaller. Come on, this will be it right here. Yep. All right. There's one bolt out. Come on, baby. Let me get up in there. No, I can't get up in there. There's this box here, so I've got to use a ratchet. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and I just remembered I need to pop that cable out. This little guy right here is the release cable. He just comes out that easy. Alright. Let's see if we can get this up in there. Of course, you put your hands up there, you get right into your own light. Not tight. She's still tight. Something's still holding it. There's no spring return on this cable, and that's why it popped kind of out of the track. So there's the other bolt. Oh yeah, it's right up behind the pedal. And of course my 13 is the one that I can't find. Oh, good. It came up higher. I'm just going to rip that out with the impact. Bada bing, bada boom. Now to figure out. See, I got the cable stuck in here too. Isn't this fun? Don't you love working on crappy cars? Can I pull this cable out this way? Oh yeah. Maybe I can back it right up. Cable. Come on. F and A. You're kidding me, right? There we go. There we got her. She's got to twist up in and under. Now, let's see what's messed up. No, it's just jammed up in there. Maybe I can just pry it out. I don't know if you can see it here in the dark, but where that cable disappears up in there, see how it's kind of wedged? I gotta back you up. Maybe I can just pry that thing out. See, it kind of backfired on me.
Well, to clarify what's going on here, the cable had jumped out of its little curved track and into the teeth of the gears that, you know, pulled the tension on the cable. And the cable had been so chewed up it was bad, so I had to replace it. So with some finagling and twisting and prying and swearing, I got the cable out of the gears, got the cable through the floor. Now the floor, it just comes through a rubber grommet through the floorboards under the carpet there, and it goes down along the frame to another bracket with the 3-eared little tab that you shove in, and then attached back to that equalizer that I installed, and we adjusted it and screwed the brake pedal back in, and the job was done, and the brakes worked fine. So hey guys, thanks for sticking with me through this miserable brake work. It's never fun, and we'll see you on the next one.
I'm trying to figure out, did the spring break? I think I need a new pedal assembly. Crap. It looks like the spring for the ratcheting mechanism broke. Because there's something sticking out that doesn't look like it should be sticking out. Alright.